New call to arms from ISIS to its supporters as the terror group makes it clear it's ready to fight the U.S. and any of the countries who join in the airstrikes against them. The chilling message also seems to mock the United States' decision not to send ground troops, saying, quote, "Are America and all its allies from amongst the crusaders and atheists unable to come down to the ground? You will not feel secure even in your bedrooms." Joining me now, Mia Bloom with the Center for Terrorism and Security Studies. Mia, I've got to get your take on this breaking news that's happening right now, that of these 100 American citizens who've gone over to be trained by ISIS overseas, the administration, for the first time, now admitting within the hour that some of those Americans have come back home. What are we to make of that?
It could be one of several things. First of all, some of the people may have left because they were disillusioned, and these wouldn't necessarily be dangerous. They actually would come back. They would be very unhappy with the fact that they joined the fight in order to fight Bashar al-Assad and then ended up killing other Muslims. But I do think that we have to be concerned about having domestic cells and having acts of terrorism within the United States. So I'm assuming that the FBI knows who the people are, and they will be keeping very close tabs on them.
Well, I guess anyone watching right now hopes that the FBI knows who they are, because there's been a lot of discussion about whether or not we should change our system of allowing people back into this country with regard to visas and that sort of a thing. What's your stance on that?
Well, I've actually been to Syria, and you're not going to have a Syrian visa for the people who are foreign fighters. What you'll have is you'll have visas going to Egypt or Turkey or Jordan, and so basically anyone who's coming back from those countries is generally scrutinized by the Department of Homeland Security as they come through. You know, they have a set idea of what to look for. So I do think that anyone coming through borders, Department of Homeland Security does a very good job of screening, and they'll ask the right questions.
All right, what do you make of this new video now? ISIS, ISIL, whatever you want to call it, keeps threatening the United States, and in this latest message, basically mocking us, saying, hey, everyone in your bedrooms, you should be scared.
You know, the whole idea of terrorism is to get countries to overreact, because when countries overreact and cause, say, additional civilian casualties, that's how they recruit. So actually, I see this as the fact that ISIL is on the decline. They're having problems. They're unable to show their strength, and so they're trying to basically get the United States into a fight, throwing down the gauntlet. And I don't think we have to respond in the way that they want us to respond.
Well, that's very interesting. So, because as we've seen more and more of these beheadings happening, it's interesting for somebody like yourself, an expert in this field, to think that actually they may be back on their heels. Why do you feel that way?
Well, you know, you said 15,000 foreign fighters, and you were correct in saying that the majority of those foreign fighters are not European or North American. The majority of the foreign fighters are local, from other Arab countries or from Turkey and the Gulf. They may be having a hard time recruiting people, and so what they need to do is they need us to do something that they can exploit for propaganda purposes.
Mia Bloom, great insights today. Thank you so much for your thoughts.